Okay, as per the seals instructions, they say to pack these full of grease. In between these two little, these are very soft seals, pretty crazy. It's probably because the shaft is kind of floating in there. So anyway, pretty cool deal though. Way better than the, I think it's wide open design. Theirs are like incorporated in the adjusting nut, and everybody I've talked to says they leak like crazy, no matter what you do. Cool. Get on. Our light's dead. Damn camera crew. Anyway, they just push right in there. Pretty sweet. So I got to thinking, I lubed these all up with grease and stuck them in there, and I'm like, what the hell holds them in? So anyway, I called Busted Knuckle, and they said put a little silicone on them and they'll stay. But yeah, I was like, what retains these things? I mean, they go in there pretty snug. They might have stayed, but if they don't, what a pain to have to pull this all back apart and do it again. So we're just gonna put a thin bead of some ultra gray on there, wipe all that grease off that I had in there, and then just put them right back in. And that silicone should hold them in, because there's no like, there's no like shoulder or anything for them to sit against. So I was worried about them moving around. So anyway, I feel a lot better about that. Better get this on video so when I drop it on my foot, we'll have some good content. This mother is heavy. Fingies out of there. Well. Oh, it's because the pinions. We don't have the right pinion in there. They won't jive together. They're not the right ratio. Duh. Okay. I'm an idiot. Great, now we'll come back out. Okay. Smart guy. Smart guy alert. Basically, we're just going to run this adjuster all the way over to the left so that our pinion will go in. And we'll just get a little pressure on that. Take all the slop out of it. We can run this one out a little bit. I think I marked these. I'll put just a little something on the thread so they're not dry. Some light oil would probably be better, but this is what I got close by, so that's what we're going to use. Amen. Alright. Okay, we have a ring gear. carrier installed. Now we can tear this big bastard down. I don't know what ratio these are, probably 410s. Okay, we'll zip this apart and then we'll get everything cleaned up and won't bore you with all that. Okay, went over to the press and pushed this yoke off. That effort was on there tight, man. It was like, yeah, 20-ton press. It wasn't maxed out, but it took a little bit. So anyway, got everything laid out here. Looks like we got all the right parts. So we're gonna probably sweat these bearings on with a little heat. And we're getting rid of we're not going with a crush sleeve. We're gonna go with a solid spacer on the new setup. So we'll have to shim those, get our preload set, and then we can stuff this thing back in. Okay. I'm gonna mic our old crush sleeve. We are at 6,770. 6,770. This is it. Or no, screwed that up. We are at 7,770, and this is 7,740. So I need about 30 thou. It's 25. Any fibers in here? It's like 6 or so. Let's go with that. That should get us in the ballpark. In the ballpark. Okay, we're gonna go pound our races and seals and crap out of the carrier, and we'll be back. So, got the bearings together. Leave the seal out. We're gonna take the old nut and we're gonna sand off this crimped part so that we can run it on and off without screwing these threads up. And so we can get our preload set, because it might take us 1 or 2 tries. So, anyway, this actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, we'll run it on the belt sander, sand it off and anti-seize it. So, and then once we get our preload set where we want it, then we'll put our seal in, then we'll put our regular nut on, or our new one, and torque it. So I won't bore you with all the back and forth on the preload. Okay, got it all shimmed up correctly. So we use our little inch pounder, and probably can't really see that, but we're at about 25, 28 degree or inch pounds. So we like that. Holy adapters, huh? 1/4 all the way to 3/4. Nice. Okay. We'll zip this nut off. We'll install our seal and then our permanent nut, and we're good to go. We'll reassemble that with probably measure the factory shim that came out of it, this guy, and then we got some new ones with the Yukon kit, so we'll throw that in there for a starting point, and then we'll start checking our pattern. Okay, pinions in. Now we gotta set backlash. So we will loosen. We gotta zip these off here. Anyway, we're gonna run this adjuster in until we get our backlash where we want it, and then we'll run a pattern and see what we gotta do from there. Okay, after fighting this thing for an hour, pretty good pattern. Going off of Yukon's pictures, they got on their website. If you're looking, you know, if you need something to compare your ring and pinion pattern, they got a pretty good chart on there, and it tells you, you know, what to do. Kind of takes the guesswork out of it, because I probably only do 4 or 5 of these a year. I'm not a pro, so. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I ran it on the drive side too, which is the front, and it all looks good too there. But yeah, and it's just a matter of putting a little bit of preload on the bearings, which I think I already have set, and then torquing your main bearing caps, and then probably pull this out one more time and silicone it on, and we'll be done with the gear setup. Thank God, because it's my least favorite part of the build. So okay, pattern set, adjusters are set, preload on the bearing set. I kind of just guess. I get the pinion or the backlash set, and then I just fucking crank them down pretty hard. I use a hammer. They'll pretty much just stop where you can't even go anymore. And just always double check your backlash. Is the very last thing. Bearing cap torque, 135 foot-pounds. And then those are torqued. Yeah, we'll glue the cover on. It's a shave cover, so we'll glue the cover on, then we'll cut that piece off. And then we gotta seal this up still, so we gotta pull this back out. Another good thing for getting that guy out is just take you a rag, stick it on there, and then kind of feed it in there like that until it kind of gets into the gear, your impact. Before you do that, you gotta take your bolts out. And you're tightening, so you don't have to worry about loosening the nut up. Voila, it just jacks itself right out of there. Roll that back, get your rag out, and then we'll be ready to put a real thin bead of silicone on there, and we'll torque it back up. Got our real thin bead of silicone on there, line this guy up, and we'll pull them in with these bolts. And then we got our fancy pinion guard here. So we're going to be installing that at the same time. These are tight in here. We almost screwed up here. I forgot we were shaving this, so we need to put silicone way up in here because it gets pretty thin right there. So we would have had a leaker. Whoop, where is it? Hey, get these all started before you go cranking them down. Okay, we're only short 2. That's pretty good. Probably in this bucket. Yep. Nailed it. Nailed it. Okay, there you have it. Gears are done, cover's on. We just got to trim that little nub off there at some point. And then, This guy's all done. We're all torqued. 350 foot-pounds if you have the solid spacer. So mine only goes up to 250, but I didn't get any movement out of it after the impact, so we're gonna call it good. The nut is staked. I mean, so whatever. But so yeah, I guess the next part 3 we'll build out the outer stuff and then probably work on the hydro or the full hydro mount if I'm feeling froggy, like actually pulling it off the buggy and setting it up, or I might just wait until this thing actually goes in the buggy. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Like and subscribe. All the stuff that the cool people do. And let me know what else you guys want to see. We got all kinds of stuff to work on. So thanks for watching.